I'm Leah the Airsoft Unicorn, and you're watching RedWolf TV.
Hey guys, Tim here of RedWolf TV. Back in the day, during World War II, in the early to mid-40s, the P38 was set to replace the P08 for the German army. The outer barrel may look rather similar, except the P38 has a bigger grip for a bigger magazine, an actual slide, and a protruding hammer. This is its airsoft replica, the WE P38 GBB pistol, in its nice and fancy case. Right now we have the long version in silver and black. They will be releasing a short version, but at a later date. So for now, let us take a look at the silver P38. To open this magnificent case, you'll need to pry these two buttons to the side and we have liftoff. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it wants to stay in place, so you're going to have to hold it like so when you remove the pistol and its magazine. What you're going to have to do is remove the screws that keep the P38 nice and secure, and also its magazine, and then lower it peacefully. The P38 is much lighter than I thought it would be, actually. At first glance, I thought that the outer barrel and slide was made out of plastic due to its coating and finishing, but only when I looked at its internals that it confirmed that it is entirely made out of metal with a plastic grip. The serrations on the grip only make it more comfortable to hold, but the bumps on the left side is supposedly where your thumb would sit comfortably. It's not very comfortable for a left-handed person because those bumps stick into your trigger finger. As the first shot, if you opt against racking the slide, is double action, and every shot after that is single action. The mag release can be found underneath. It's that lip that you pull back. I'm not a big fan of the insertion style of the magazine, as you're going to have to tilt it at an angle to insert it, or you're going to have to push the lip back before you insert it, which does feel a little bit strange. The slide lock is found on the left side, as well as the decocker. If the S is showing, it means it is safe. If you push it forward, it's ready to fire. It's been really hot in Hong Kong recently, so my hands are rather sweaty, but the serrations on the slide only make it easier for me to rack the slide back. The front and rear sights are fixed, but once we go upstairs to the range, I'll let you know how they actually perform. And the hop-up can be found right here. All you need to do is use a hex key to adjust that screw. That's about it, folks. I think it's time to chrono it and then take it to a range. For the chrono test, we're using 0.2 gram 6mm BBs with green gas. And it chronoed at just under 300 FPS. We are now at Milsim CQB and Training Center at the 10-meter range, and we're going to pling some targets. But first, we're going to talk about the black P38, which I prefer over the silver one because of its blue tint, which makes it look more metallic. But it's still exactly the same material as the silver one. If only it had that wooden grip. Unfortunately, we can't have everything in life, so we're going to move on. Well, since the paper target's already there, right. From 10 meters away using 0.25 gram BBs, the grouping is not so bad with one or two flyers to the right. But what I did notice is that it started shooting low when I first started, and when the BBs started emptying, it raised. So it started grouping around the bottom first and then lifting up. Now this could be many different things. It could be the hop-up wearing in, but we will never know till I fire 1,000 shots through the gun, which seems like such a terrible process. Though, we're going to have to move on as there's something I have to show you. Now we're back at the 10-meter range. We have the gun. It hasn't been racked. Here is a fresh 14-round mag, fully gassed up. I insert the mag. I hope the double action will work. This is rather strange for me. I'm not sure if it was intentional from WE, but if you want a double action pistol, you won't be getting it from this one. Though I wonder how crisp it feels. Since the slide is very light, it is very crisp and it's not very sluggish at all. But what I did sense is that the gas in the reservoir started running out really quickly, meaning there's only enough gas in that reservoir to go through one entire magazine and a little bit more, meaning that every time you have to refill BBs is where you have to recharge gas as well. And since we're here, we may as well talk about that trigger. You don't have to pull it that far back to find that wall. It's a little bit squishy though. In releasing it, the reset is only a couple of millimeters forward. And there's only a little bit of slack when you do eventually release it all the way. So this particular P38 doesn't entirely follow suit when it comes to replicating the double action, single action functionality of the real steel version. But if we could move past that, this is a very beautiful, crisp shooting replica of the P38 by WE. So for this cool product and many more, go to our website at www.redwolfairsoft.com and see you guys on the next episode of RedWolf TV. Pornstash out. I'd like to thank Milsim CQB and Training Center for allowing us to use their amazing range again. If you'd like to know more about them, everything is in the description below. Do subscribe to our channel so you can keep up to date with our latest and coolest videos.